lot of nuts!
Mr. Beast just built 100 homes for the homeless in Jamaica in one of his latest videos. Boring. Mr. Beast working diligently to try to solve homelessness? I sleep. I'm not even awake enough for this. Random girl on the street in a TikTok interview says Huck Tua? Spits on that thing? Real shit. Does anybody else feel like it's getting a little bit too easy to become internet famous? And also, internet famous seems to have lost all meaning. Honestly, if both of those things happen together, it'd be like, okay, whatever. You're internet famous. It means nothing at this point. But to go viral for any sort of situation has generally been reserved for people with like a weird level of quirkiness. It's supposed to be something that happens to a kid yodeling in the middle of Walmart, or a kid doing a weird dance from Fortnite and then gets dubbed the backpack kid. You know, Vine era stuff. But nowadays you see people that are fully grown adults doing something and then going viral for something that a child would do. This is Charlie bit my finger levels of who gives a f. What is the Huck Tua girl? What is this meme? Why is it so popular? And why does it seem like Sumito, the guy that I go and watch to talk about memes, is so upset that somebody has become a meme on the internet? You jealous, bro? You jealous? You mad you don't have as many subscribers as the Huck Tua girl? Is that why you're so mad? Shut up, random comment I haven't even gotten yet. It's complicated, okay? The Huck Tua girl, as is dubbed by everybody online, is just one of millions of people that get interviewed in these street interview style TikToks that you'll see all over the web. Basically, people will go to Los Angeles, Miami, wherever, some sort of club scene where there will be lots of people dressed up, ready to go out and party, slightly inebriated in the streets of whatever major city, whatever, outside of whatever major club, and they'll conduct interviews, generally asking questions about their sexual preferences or anything ever so slightly risque in an effort to try to get them to say something ridiculous, nonsensical, wild in order to farm likes on the internet. It's effectively what I do on this show, but arguably a little bit more fun to watch.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Huck Tua and spit on that thing, you get me?
I don't get you. I think you gotta demonstrate.
Huck Tua! Spit on it! Spit on it!
On first inspection, in an isolated viewing, it's a harmless clip. Kind of funny even. A girl who's probably out ready to party with her friends gets approached by a stranger on the street who says he'd love to take a little bit of time to do a little interview for his TikTok or his YouTube or whatever. She's seen plenty of this scrolling on her phone all day and is excited to be a part of one. Gets asked a little bit of a risque, out of left field question and decides to respond with a sort of funny, risque, out of left field answer, and it becomes the most popular thing amongst normie meme culture for weeks. So the clip from this interview starts to go viral online for all the reasons that you could expect. Young, attractive woman shows a level of enthusiasm for oral sex that most people have only ever seen in adult film, and the phrase Huck Tua is such a catchy little new piece of vernacular that it starts to be incorporated into everybody's everyday lingo. Everybody's talking about the Huck Tua girl, and seeing her level of enthusiasm for performing this act hopefully has encouraged other people to try and do so in their bedroom, elevating the happiness of everybody on the internet. Not me personally, because I'm married, but, you know, probably someone somewhere. I think if I asked my wife to try and spit on that thing, she would actually end up spitting in my face. But joke's on you, Aisha, I'm into that shit.
What's a move in bed that drives men crazy every time?
I feel like, no, you gotta give him that.
No, okay. Okay, that's...
Yeah,
no,
you gotta
no.
You gotta warm it up like it's a fire.
No.
You gotta warm it up to a fire, and you gotta go.
Whoa, don't.
You gotta take it like it's a rattlesnake,
Wait,
and you gotta
stop.
bite its head.
Give me the mic.
You gotta go.
Give me the mic. No.
Following this level of virality, the Huck Tua girl starts to have a tremendous amount of lore explored about her, almost none of which turns out to be true and is all just engagement bait, further increasing the reach of this meme despite all of this being basically bullshit. A Twitter account posts, quote, "OMG, the LGBTQ crowd is mad because the Huck Tua girl is stealing their attention during Pride Month." This led to a number of memes about the Huck Tua girl being either anti-LGBTQ or conservative or right-wing or whatever, none of which was backed up by anything that she said. It was all just sort of this narrative of people making memes from this one Twitter post, which again is just engagement bait. Page 6 on Twitter would post an article stating that the Huck Tua girl signs with Hollywood talent agency UTA. This is what I think is the first example of people feeling like this got a little bit too big. Like, sure, you got viral. Feel free to sell your t-shirts with your catchphrase for $43. Get the bag, girl. But signing to a Hollywood talent agency? What, are you gonna get a movie role where you're spitting on that thing? If Kim Kardashian couldn't successfully transition into a talent agency for movies, I highly doubt you're gonna pull it off. But thankfully, or not thankfully, I mean, maybe she's a great actress for all I know, this seems to be in the category of bogus things that people were just posting for clout. There was also a post on Twitter, a screen cap of an article by the Tuah County Tribune that stated that a local preschool teacher, seemingly Huck Tua girl in her normal life, was fired from her job, forced to resign from her job after a girl's trip to Nashville, Tennessee resulted in the aforementioned viral clip. This was also proven false alongside everything else that people seem to be reporting on this, not just by people digging into her background and finding her real name, but also the girl herself in a later interview, but also the school district was called Epstein Day. You guys didn't pick this up as fake right away? At this point, the Huck Tua girl's rise to fame had hit a bit of a critical mass. I'm not alluding to the fact that there's some massive downfall coming at this point in time, but it's gotten to the point where it's one of the bigger things that people are talking about, and the entire thing seems a little bit stupid. I mean, it's just a random little viral clip. Aren't there thousands of these coming from live streams and street interviews every single day? What was special about this one? Why are people getting this girl and her catchphrase on t-shirts and selling them at rallies? Why are people getting tattoos of this girl? Dudes are making custom jerseys that say Huck Tua? Know Your Meme makes a video after a year hiatus, and this is the thing he decides to report on? It seems a little much. The controversy around this meme seems a little bit empty. Like, there isn't technically any reason for you to dislike the idea that this girl went viral for this little clip, but at the same time, it doesn't really feel like there's enough substance to, like, it's not funny. You know what I mean? The fact that she got big enough to become this much of a talking point, she's taking pictures with Shaq, she's doing podcast interviews talking about her virality and her personality and what she thinks about stuff and how people online have been portraying her as this and that. Guys, it's a random TikTok clip, really? This is turning into a career. Someone called Huck Tua a quote-unquote coworker meme. And honestly, it's pretty spot on. It's the kind of meme that people who aren't constantly exposed to funnier things online all the time see and think is the funniest thing ever. They show it to us and we have to pretend to laugh. This makes a lot of sense to me, and I really like the phrase coworker meme. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates the phenomena that is people who spend all day online for one reason or another. Maybe you're depressed, maybe you're a Twitch streamer, maybe you just have a job where you don't do much and you get to just scroll memes all day. Good for you, by the way. When you bump into somebody who finds something funny, you always kind of have this expectation of like, listen, I spend all day looking at memes, but here you are, like a cat bringing you a mouse that it just killed. Look at this meme, oh grand meme lord. Isn't this funny? And you gotta be like, listen, it's fucking stupid, but I really appreciate you bringing this to me because you know I might appreciate it, and I thank you for such. I do think this meme's a little bit stupid. Okay, and I'll be the first one to say that I'm being a little bit too much of an elitist when it comes to a random meme on the internet. I mean, if I had this level of gatekeeping when it came to what other people consider funny from the internet, I'd be a pretty shitty meme YouTuber, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even be doing my job correctly if I was like, no, you're not allowed to laugh at this thing that happened on the internet. But at the same time, it's a little bit scary how quickly somebody can grow to this level of popularity, fame, just from being drunk and at the right place on the internet. There was this girl on TikTok not too long ago who went viral for basically just saying the N-word in a casual manner. And after that clip went viral and her getting fired from her job, she doubled down on her rhetoric and tried to transition into like this conservative mascot spewing the same sort of things that Andrew Tate got famous for saying. Not to much success, thankfully, but like, look how quickly one little viral clip led to her becoming a bit of a terrible person. You remember that Maximilian guy who got famous for like one Fortnite music video and then used his 1 million+ subscribers on YouTube to proceed to dox and harass other content creators for the better part of years? how quickly you can become famous online can be good for people who are genuine creatives. I mean, if you take a look at somebody like Drew Gooden, who basically got famous for one 6-second clip and now has a tremendous catalog of vastly creative and entertaining stuff on YouTube, that's great. But at the same time, can you imagine if the dude wearing the Burger King crown, shouting slurs on an airplane, suddenly decided to start a podcast and talk about shit every single week and people tuned in? There's not a real reason that I should have this level of, like, impending doom, that I should be this worried about Huck Tua girl. I'm honestly not exactly sure why I am. It isn't like she's done anything terrible. I think it's just like I'm still a little bit shaken from the whole Dr. Disrespect saga from last week, where it's like, if people this huge, with this much of a career on the line, can just turn out to be shitty people, I don't know, I'm a little bit too hesitant to just accept anybody else into the internet space. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope that doesn't happen, but I do hope that you hit the subscribe button so you catch my videos every single day. It's right next to the like button that you can also press. It's free. And a big shout out to the patrons scrolling in the back. Thank you so much for supporting this show. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Huck Tua!